Steamboat Willie is a short animated film that was produced by Walt Disney and Ub Iwerks. It was released on the 18th of November 1928. It was a landmark animation because it introduced to us our beloved Mickey and Minnie Mouse, and it really changed the trajectory of animation. So as of the 1st of January, Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse entered into the public domain. This means that they are copyright free. Anyone is free to use the characters from the original version of Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. Before 1st of January 2024, you would have needed authorization or some type of license or contractual agreement to use those characters in your work. But now you have them in the copyright-free zone. That means that you're allowed to use them. However, you have to be careful that you're only using the original version that was created in 1928 that is now in the public domain. There are other iterations that have been protected by copyright and are still protected by copyright. We would also have to distinguish the copyright protection from other forms of intellectual property rights like trademarks. The way you use it also would determine whether or not you're infringing on any existing intellectual property rights. So for example, if you are going to use Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse on a merchandise, say a t-shirt, there could be a likelihood of confusion that that merchandise originates from Walt Disney. So there's a trademark issue there. You would be required to have authorization for trademark. So whilst there might be some types of concerns about Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse being in the public domain, I would say that they have benefited from the copyright protection for a long enough duration. They've had protection for 95 years, and there have been extensions to the copyright duration in the United States. In the UK, for literary, dramatic, musical, and artistic works, we have copyright protection for the life of the author plus 70 years. But we see that there has been some extensive protection from 1928 to 2024 in the US. So what copyright protects really is the expression of the idea of the author. However, when the duration of copyright expires, any member of the public is free to use that work and create their own expressions in a way that they would then have copyright over that. So in the UK, for example, we've had Shakespeare's work that is in the public domain. So you're free to use it, to rework it, and to present it in your own way. So there are different justifications and philosophical underpinnings for copyright. We could say three main ones. So one would be the reward for labor. If a company or an individual has invested time and effort in the creation of a work, having copyright would provide some type of reward for the effort that has been exerted into the creation of a work. Another could be that copyright is an incentive for creativity. So a company or an author, knowing that when they have spent time developing a work, they would have protection for a certain duration, that could incentivize or encourage them to invest that time and effort in the creation of a work. The third justification could be the personhood theory, and that says that a work is a reflection of a person. So Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse in this instance would be a reflection of the person of Walt Disney. And so you'd have protection, moral rights protection. So a company could decide to create a work and protect it for any of these reasons.